Hey, there we go. Good morning, Death. I modded you up there. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, let me make sure this is down. I always think I'm ready to go live until I go live. Then I'm like, oh man, I got like 3 things I should have done before I went live. I'm like, I didn't even turn my light on. I was like, yeah, we got enough motivating light coming from the window. We don't need overhead light, right? Oh, how is everybody's morning going? I hope going well. Hope doing well. Hope everything's flowing right in the AM. No problem. You've been helping me out a lot, Death. You see my good peeps up here in the Discord. Death is handling a lot of things because I don't know. I don't know. I'm still learning the Discord thing. So Death has helped me tremendously on that front because I don't know how to do a lot of those things. So Death is coming in and helping me out a lot. And I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So, what was I doing this morning? See, my brain is so. For everybody, I think it's just me and you in here, Death, now. But the screenplay is live in the member section on the Discord. I had to take screenshots and upload them that way. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it wouldn't let me take it straight from Final Draft and just plug it into the Discord. So, it's all there. It's all there. And that's what probably the middle of the weekish, maybe sooner. I'm not really sure. We're going to start shooting that. I do got to get the shot days down. I got to get the casting call. I got to do all these steps for school before I do that. So, and I'm like 2 assignments behind or something. So, yeah, I'm grinding to do that. Oh no. It's 11 o'clock. You know, I've been up since like 7, 8ish. So I've been just kind of just hanging out, going over. I appreciate it, Death, man. You've helped me out a lot. I appreciate it. But I've just been kind of going over that screenplay and making sure I want to do that. There is some other things that I'm gonna have to get into. I'm gonna do a couple reviews on these. Let's hit the microphone because you're great. Got to hit it again because you're great. The iPhone 13 Pro Max and just the iPhone 13. Going to do some reviews on them, kind of looking at like different specs. The camera specs mostly because me being a independent film creator, like that's huge to me. Always chasing the tail, running in circles. You know what I mean? I'm like the guy watching the dog chase his tail and thinking, man, how stupid is that dog? But I'm the one watching the dog chase the tail. That's usually me. But we got just the regular iPhone 13, and then we got the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I want to get into because you can shoot in ProRes with this Pro Max. I've been messing around with the camera just a little bit. I haven't really went into deep delve into it. But the camera so far on that 13 Pro Max it's coming pretty close to having a cinematic camera that you make phone calls from. There's cinematic things kind of like a fake blur, and I'm going to get into it and dive into it, but it's a pretty good freaking camera. And everybody always, like the saying says, what's the best camera? The camera you have on you. And that's a good camera to have on you. I've already noticed that. And I've just little tidbit things. When I went out, I did my Michael Myers thing. When was that? Was that Saturday or? I don't remember now. I think, it was Saturday because we did the Halloween Kills live reaction on Friday. So it had to be Saturday, right? Well, the Androids, man, the Samsungs, they've come a long way as well. I mean, basically what iPhone did is take what, I don't even know if I start to say Samsung models and things like that. I've been with iPhone since like 6 or something, but basically what iPhone did was take what Samsung was doing just for photography and brought it into like a cinematographer world. So um, that is that's basically what they did. I mean, Samsung's kind of brought the cameras to the forefront, and then now we have a camera that is put in phones that is strictly for what everybody does on here, or even going further. Like, I mean, that's pretty good quality. Uh-oh, my baby cat's whining somewhere. Oh, there you are. You're right below me. Come here, babe. Yeah, you can come up here, hang out with Daddy. There you go. But yeah, that's kind of what they did. Was take what they did in photography and move it to cinematography, which that's my lane. So I dove in and I've been messing around with that. Let's see. I did do the Michael thing Saturday. We didn't. Usually how it works around here is this town. The first time I go out as Michael, not too many people show up, and then it kind of starts to circulate Michael's back, and then they start bringing the kids, and I get to hide different areas, do jump scares and things like that. I did get video footage of me getting a couple scares in there, so we got those, but I'm kind of like stocking those up till I have enough to make a video. I would like to go live, but man, it's my days blend in a lot. My days have been blending in quite a bit because I got so much. For me to work on film and the things I do, I got to travel to Ohio usually. Like, I want to do the scenes in that Don't Go film. I want to do in Ohio. They're in the same, kind of around the same area where we're doing our Lockington piece, because they got this beautiful cinematic road right by this big dam. I mean, it's very cinematic out that way. Am I going to get to do it? I don't know. I might have to switch locations up over here, and then I got to worry about, camera operators and things of that nature. So all that's still on the board. That definitely has to be done within the next week. So them are coming, and if you're over there on the Discord, I'm gonna be posting links. We're gonna do like voice chats and things where we go over different screenplays. After I film this and get this done, I'll be moving on to the next screenplay, starting from scratch. There's a few ideas. I mean, I got a whole notebook over there that's full of different film ideas, short film ideas and things. So I might pull from one of them, or I might just start over fresh right there with everybody. So no, not at all. Anytime, Jeff. Yeah, anytime. Just hit me up. You can pick my brain. Whatever brain that's left up there, you can pick at it. I love film, and like I said, my journey is kind of a weird one to film. Everybody that's been following me for a while knows the whole LA trip and the Universal thing and how that kind of played out and kind of put me into film school. But of all the things I've done in my life, whether it be mixed martial arts, professional wrestling, stand-up comedy, I realized I just enjoy entertaining. And then once I got into film school, I'm like, I didn't know that existed. I didn't know how to worry about that. I got to do this. You plan it all out like that? And then that turned into an obsession with me. And I've been in it now. Well, I graduate in less than a year now. So 3 years, 2.5, 3 years or something. So yeah, anytime you want to pick my brain, we can do that for sure. It's finally a nice, chilly fall morning. I love it, man. I love hoodie weather. I'm one of the hoodie guys. It's like, oh man, finally it feels like we're in October. It don't feel like we're like they got August and October confused. There for the first couple weeks of October, I'm like 80 degrees, man. This ain't no Halloween. This is like the 4th of July weather. Like, what are we doing? Someone needs to remind somebody it's October. We need that cool air. But we're getting into that. So that's my plans with the members chat. We're going to do a live stream, members only this week. It'll be Wednesday or Thursday. I'm shooting for Thursday, but it may have to be Wednesday depending on my film schedule. And that's kind of what is slowed down. Well, I want to get more members in, one, before we did a members only stream, and two, my schedule with filming and doing all the stuff I'm doing, kind of play around it. But so I'm shooting for Thursday, but we might go Wednesday on that. I also would like to get a members only just voice chat going in Discord. Just open it up and we can just shoot the shit in there. Awesome. Awesome, Death. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, anytime you want to, ask any questions or do anything like that, hit me up in the Discord or wherever. And yeah, if I can help, I'm more than willing to do so. Yeah, I mean, the technical know-how, they're just, I don't know. We can go over it. You gotta ask the questions. I don't, like right now, my main cinematic camera that I use for produced pieces, what I mean by produced is like written, going out, setting scenes, and things like that, is I got a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. That's a mouthful, but it's a decent camera. It's not really made for run and gun. I did get the gimbal for it, thinking that would make it more run and gunnable, if that's a word. Yeah, right, Death. I kind of enjoy the pack schedule and the mayhem a little bit, but yeah, I do need to I freed up a lot of time really compared to like last month or something. Well, so, but yeah, I use the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. They're a mouthful. They do got the new 6K Pro. Blackmagic does, but they're just not really run and gun. So I mean, that's a good camera if you want to set scenes. If you got a tripod or you're just one simple pan tilt, it's really hard to stabilize because it's just awkwardly like heavy in places. Like the lens will like want to tip. It's just really hard to stabilize unless you're on a tripod or even a gimbal. It's a prime camera, meaning that's not autofocused. So you got to do a lot of rack focusing with the grip wheel and things like that. So it's a beautiful image. Does great in B-roll. It's great for post, but it's not really that run and gun camera. So now for me, what I use for my run and gun stuff is I got the DJI Pocket 2, and I'm hoping the iPhone 13 Pro Max can kind of help me just do YouTube projects, because it don't have to be tip top film grade, you know what I mean? I want to put good quality stuff out, absolutely, and I think this phone will allow me to do that. And you couple that with the DJI Pocket 2, I think there's something there, and I think that's mainly what I want to use on this channel for doing the skits moving forward. I do have a comedy bit, yeah. Excuse me. I do have a comedy skit in mind that I might try to do after I get this short filmed, because that's taking up a lot of my brain space right now, getting that short knocked out. Absolutely, Death. Absolutely. So after I get that knocked out, I do want to start getting back into the skits thing. And of course, Michael Myers has to be involved because it's October. It's his month. And then I was reading all the reviews on the kills, and for the most part, it seemed like people enjoyed that film. For the most part. Now, you do have a pretty large group that's I think they kind of misunderstood what Kills was meant to be. And me saying that, like, Kills basically was a bridge to get from 2018 to ends next year. It's basically just a bridge. So it serves its purpose. It went back and it connected all the dots from the 78 film to the 2018. It brought back a lot of those familiar faces that we haven't seen since the 78 film, kind of brought them up to date, told their stories, and then kind of launched them out. So, and then plus we got more insight into Michael Myers' psyche. How's this guy really tick? What happened? What's going on? I think that's going to be explained more in Ends. I think it would be kind of cool to like kick it back how they went and they explained Tommy Doyle's situation. They went and explained Lonnie's situation. They went through the Deputy Hawkins. They brought to light his situation. I think it'd be cool in the ends if we went back and we actually got inside of Michael's situation, kind of what Rob Zombie tried to do. Absolutely. See, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, right? Um, when I first got on here and doing YouTube things, it was fun. There was a lot of collaboration, and then it like took a dark twist, and then it was in a place where I didn't want to be at, so I stepped away for the better part of, I don't know, 2 years or so, year and a half, 2 years. I just said, nah, I'm just going to focus over here on my career on film production, and then I mean, I was still around with my roundtable peeps and doing things like that. But what I'd like to do here is to grow that community where we do have a bunch of people in the Discord where we can collab and create. We can brainstorm. We can help each other out on projects. We can do projects together. We can write. We can film. We can give pointers. I just want to have that community that benefits all of us. That we have that connection to where. Perfect example. Man, I suck at Discord right now. And Def's like, I'm pretty familiar with it. And then, you know what I mean? I want to build that community to where it's no drama. There's no nasty crap anywhere. It's all positive and geared to grow. And that's what I'm shooting for with launching a Discord, coming back here more regular on this channel like I have been. And I think I officially launched my production September 16th, I think was the official date that it became a thing. So, I mean, I got all these things going, and I would just like to build that network, because networking is a key in a lot of areas, but especially in independent art. Period. Whether that independent art is music, whether it's film, whatever. Networking is the key. So I want to build that network hub for all of us, where all the Skeets freaks can get together. We go in there, just have a good time, shoot the shit, network, build, create, and just have that laid out there. That's my biggest goal within this, is to do that. That was my whole reason on launching a Discord. I never even thought about a Discord until I was like, okay. Yeah, that's a big one for me too. I stay away from that stuff. I'm too occupied with everything that I'm doing and want to do to entertain any of that. So, only thing that I'll entertain is creation and having fun. Because you gotta, especially in film, you gotta love this crap to do it. Because I came in and I'm still at the very infancy of filmmaking. I haven't even did a full short feature. I have not did, you know what I mean? I'm very at the infancy. I've did a lot of writing, a lot of planning, but we haven't really pulled the trigger on a lot of these things. But when I came in, I look at some of my old YouTube videos. I'm thinking, man, there was good ideas there, but I didn't care about sound. I didn't care about technical specs. I didn't care about lighting. I didn't care about story arc, and so I mean, SPNA was like the big one for me, Skeeter's Paranormal Adventures, where we kind of parodied the paranormal shows you see on TV. I thought that was a good idea. I still think it's a good idea, but the quality was way off. I think back then we was shooting with a Canon T6 or something, and we just there was no lights, there was no external audio. It was going right off the audio off the camera, and that's a big no-no in those situations. But yeah, every year, man, that I'm gonna start doing, because that did go well. I enjoy doing the live reaction. First time I've ever done that, so maybe that's what we'll shoot for. Wednesday, we'll do another live horror film reaction. You can throw something in the Discord if you want to, Death, a poll, or any of your suggestions. If you want a film you'd like to see me react to live, a horror film Wednesday, we'll do it. Yeah, see, we had a lot of good ideas. Negs and I did. We had good chemistry. We bounced off each other well. But again, if I could go back and do some of those, especially like I think one of my favorite ones he and I did was the Truthfully Trisha parody. If I could go back and take some of the knowledge I have now, I could definitely explode that skit a little bit more. I mean, it was still, I enjoy it. I enjoy going back and watching it. But again, I mean, that's perfect case in point. If I could go back with the knowledge I have now to the skits that I did in the beginning, that'd be a little bit better. But I mean, it's kind of cool too to kind of, we'll have something like to compare and contrast to. Like, okay, this is what it looked like when I started. This is what it looks like now. And then a year from now, I can look at the stuff I'm doing now. I'm like, should have did this. To keep me on track, to let me know that I'm still growing and doing what I'm supposed to do as an independent artist. So it works good for that point. But yeah, we'll shoot for another live horror film review. We'll do that Wednesday, and then do the members chat thing Thursday, and then we'll do our Spirit Box Friday, and then hopefully I can go live and do the Michael thing Saturday. So that's the whole Wednesday through Saturday. Of course, now all of this none of this is set in stone until I get this short done. Because again, I got to have this done. Can't stop chewing on my stuff. I got to have this done by Sunday. So as soon as I get that done, I can be back more on a set, regular schedule. Oh, okay, Death. I don't know. This cat is the most purring thing I've ever. A little bitty baby. But yeah, I have no idea what film I want to do yet. I would like to just kind of just blindly pick one of maybe the old classics. Maybe we go back to because I know the Peacock Network got the original Universal monsters, the Frankenstein's, Dracula's, Mummy. Maybe we go way back and hit one of those, because I haven't watched one of those. It's been a while. Like the Creature of the Black Lagoon, maybe we just start at the very, very beginning of things, or we could delve into an Alfred Hitchcock film or something like that. I'm not sure, but I did enjoy watching that, reacting to it live. I had fun doing that. Again, that was my first reaction I've ever done. It does kind of suck that we can't share the video, but we had fun. So yeah, we're going to bring that back. We'll do that again this week. Definitely want to get back to the Spirit Box section, because this is 2 weeks in a row now I have not been able to do that. So see what else if anything else is stirred up back here in the studio room. That's kind of what my wife was waiting on after I did the Spirit Box. Then I had the Spirit board out, just kind of waiting for that other boot to drop. I'm like, okay, you open this. Is it going to go crazy like it did? Because when I did one in Ohio, when we lived over there, things did start getting crazy back in the room I was using to stream in and stuff. So easier to let Americans pick. The classics, they should be able to be available everywhere by now, I think. I don't know. I'll make sure I put a community post out and throw it in the Discord, or we go off the Discord. If anybody has suggestions in the Discord or something they want me to watch, we'll go off that. We'll just play it by ear until it comes time to do so. And I think I throw people off too when I do these Skeets in the mornings, these random lives. I'm going to try to be more consistent with those this week too. At least get one in every morning before noon. Kit Kat, what are you doing, girl? A little beanie. It's right over there by all my camera equipment. Over here on this corner of the room is where I got all my C-stands, tripods, lights, all my filming equipment is kind of over there with my books, my literature and stuff. And it's over there in the paranormal equipment section, because here's my goal with the Ouija board, right? The I can't pronounce it right. Idiomotor response, I think it is. I just call it the idiotic response. That's what powers that Ouija board. Our subconscious is pulling that. Even though we don't know we're pulling that, we're kind of willing the words that we want, or the letters we want. We kind of just, it happens that way. Even if you're not trying to, it happens that way. So what I like to do with it is just not touch it. Because if we can get that thing to do a full letter move by itself, it goes from like N to M by itself. To me, that's undisputable paranormal evidence. So that's what I'm trying to get with that thing, especially during the live streams. If we could just be sitting there, I'm talking to you guys, we're caught up in a conversation, and we catch that planchet just taking off a little bit. That's kind of what I want to do with that. I appreciate that, Jeff. That was my first time doing that. Like I said, this October, me coming back, I did a lot of things I've never done before. The reaction was one, vlogging as I was driving to Ohio to get some work in. Like, I've never done those things before. I'm like, screw it, we'll try it. And then I think after this Skeet in the AM, we're going to start doing every Skeet in the morning that I do. We're going to have a topic moving forward past this one. This was kind of like, okay, let's just stay with the routine, get myself into a routine, and let's just go live. But I think I'm going to start doing live paranormal events for Skeet in the morning. Like, there's plenty of websites out there that you can go from, like, up-to-date paranormal happenings. So I kind of want to cover those, especially for the month of October. We might switch those up going into like November and pushing forth, but the month of October, starting tomorrow, we're going to do current paranormal events and kind of chat about it, kind of throw out our own theories on what we think's happening there. Maybe cover some urban legends if they tie in, but there's tons of current, there's current Mothman sightings, current Sasquatch sightings all the time. But not only that, you have, people that are like kind of reaching out for help in the paranormal world where they are in a situation they don't understand and things are getting kind of crazy. So there's a bunch of those out there, and we could cover a lot of those. Man, I probably should turn that down a little bit. So we'll cover a lot of those, man. And good thing about the sites that I go on, especially for you, Death, there's just a UK site that I'll butcher the name of it now. It's tabbed. It's marked in my browser. So maybe I'll put that link over in the Discord, and we'll kind of just see if any stories catch anybody's eye and wants to cover it in a Skeet in the morning. So maybe that's how we do that. I'll just throw these websites out there. We all kind of go over it. And then I'll see the stories that catch my eyes. You guys do the same. And then we just go from there. Definitely lots of good stuff to come. Again, these random ones, I just wanted to go live another Skeet in the morning. But after this morning, we'll be more uniformed in, have more topics. And I don't know what notification keeps going off, but something keeps stinging. So we'll get the Skeet in the morning uniformed in, where we just cover current events, current paranormal events for the rest of the month of October, obviously, because that's what Halloween is. That's what this month is for, is the spooky, creepy shit. So that's where my brain is always focused, man. It's either comedy or horror, and I love mixing the two. So we'll kind of go and delve into the current events. Once everything does calm down, as far as getting this short film going and things like that in the Discord, we get some good growth into that thing. I am going to be starting up just a regular podcast as well for it to hit all the interwebs. Everything, paranormal, cryptids, aliens, all of that to me, all the supernatural. Because I fall underneath that theory that there's a common thread there that connects all of that, and I like to explore that. So I'll be covering any of those type of supernatural stories, anything like that. That's kind of what we'll do with the Skeet in the Morning show. Paranormal, cryptid, aliens. I think there's a common thread there. And I like to explore that more and see if we can prove that there is a common thread within the paranormal, the cryptids, the aliens. I love to do that. Like when I do the paranormal stuff, it's because it's a passion of mine and I enjoy it. But also, when Tyler and I, that's my business partner, Terror Barn, he's the terror of the barn production. Um, when we talk about and what we're setting out to do is to not piggyback off other paranormal investigators, not to copy kind of what they're doing. We want to bring new techniques, new protocols, explore and see if we can prove or disprove a lot of these things. So absolutely, yeah, Death. If there's any stories or anything like that you want me to cover with the alien thing or whatever, just throw it in the Discord. I'll look into it, do a little bit of research onto it, and we will cover it in a Skeet in the AM. I think it's something that Tyler and I's talked about anyways, doing like live paranormal things. I don't think Skeet and AM's perfect, you know what I mean? And I'd like to start going live a little bit earlier than what I'm doing now. Like I said, it's barely an AM. I went live at 11 a.m. So I'd like to kind of pull that maybe like a 9, 10 a.m. type ordeal to where we wake up in October. We start off spooky over here with Skeet's Freaks, and we keep it spooky until that. Even when October is over, I'm like the Halloween 365 days a year type dude. So I love it. I love horror. Like all my horror decorations behind me in the studio won't go down. They'll stay up. I'm a big horror fanatic. So, but especially in the month of October, I mean, this is where I'm allowed to be the horror nutcase, and it's okay. Exactly, Duff. That's what that's what always drove me nuts about. I enjoy watching the paranormal shows, and I enjoy what these guys bring to the table. I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody for that, but I'm kind of like you in that sense. I hate the overly dramatic. Or on the flip coin of that, like on the flip side of that, they downplay a lot of stuff. It's like, okay, you ripped your shirt off and you went to try to fight whatever over this little thing, but you completely ignored what could be real evidence. So that's what I said. Everything that I do as far as paranormal investigations is always going to be authentic. I'm not going to, if you see me get excited, it's because I'm in the moment and really excited about what's going on. I'm not going to try to overplay things or underplay things. I'm just going to be real in the moment, authentic, and dive in that way. As far as the asylum footage goes, I do got some pictures I want to share within the Discord. I'll probably throw those up later on this evening. But there really wasn't. We're going to have to go back again. I'll put it that way. We'll have to go back again to really dive into that that case in particular, the way it needs to be delved into, because I think we got some things, but really not a whole lot. But I think there's a lot there to grab. Right. It's way too much smoke. There's like, because then it has me as a viewer thinking, okay, you guys produced like the intros and things like that. I get it, produce those out, and you got to have some ambiance, especially for B-roll. Throw a little bit of soundtrack in there. But I'm like you. It's like, okay, you guys went this far, and this is on network television, so of course, one thing that really matters is ratings. If you don't got those, you don't got a show. So how much of this is put on? How much is this staged? Because a lot of the stuff they catch every episode is almost impossible to catch. Like these EVPs that just come out of nowhere and fall in our lap and things like that. And then also there is like little tricks of the trade. Like they use older digital recorders because their technology is not as crisp. So you can kind of get strange sounds to come out of it and make an EVP out of it. And a lot of it might be real. But, you know, we've had paranormal shows in the past get busted for staging things and fabricating things. And that's always, you're doing more harm to the paranormal world than you are good. Because if you start faking and putting it on, and that's what's on network television, everybody's watching it, it's just going to leave a bad taste. So I just want to keep it 100% authentic and as real as possible. If it's boring, it's going to be boring, but it's authentic. It's real. to just go to the hardware store, just buy out a whole nail drawer and just walk through and chuck those things at the right time. I forget what paranormal show it was one of their Halloween specials. I think it was years ago, but they got busted wearing like a trick jacket or something. I don't know. Once you cross that realm and you start overplaying and you're playing around with that, and I think it leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, right? Cheddars, what's going on, my man? Hope you're having a good morning. Well, yeah, if you see me do any paranormal investigations, anything like that, I'm completely real and authentic. Like, I'm not going to upplay or downplay anything. I love to. I just love. It's a passion of mine, regardless. Exactly, Death. Exactly, because there is a lot of unexplainable things that do happen. So there's not a need to fabricate or to uptick or to do any of those things, because there is a lot of paranormal happenings going on that people cannot explain, and it is odd. And to me also, like, I think when you're going in, and once we start doing these regular paranormal investigations and start churning those out, if every single episode we claim we're capturing unbelievable evidence or these incredible happenings, you kind of become immune to it. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. If we do catch them every time, then we're absolutely going to shine a light on it. But I think it makes it more real for the viewer and more real for the investigator when you're in the moment, something happens, and you pursue that, and you start gathering that live as you're going through, rather than just trying to like put it on for views or whatever. Yeah, I love doing a spirit box. We're definitely getting back to that this Friday at midnight for sure. This Friday at midnight, we'll have our second spirit box session. Again, I would love to figure out a way to get a different camera angle so we can have two camera angles, but that's just me being whatever. Because I'd like to get the tarot cards out this Friday, and we'll start doing those as well, because I like to do the random picks. I'm not like the greatest tarot card reader or whatever, but I do know a little bit, and I do like to just explore. You know what I mean? Like, I could flip a card that means nothing to me. I like to do the random flips. The random flips to me shines a light on synchronicities, right? I could flip a card that I have no idea why I'm flipping it, but somebody in the chat, somebody that's viewing, it could hit home. Like, damn, I was just thinking that. Dude just flipped a card. Like, stuff like that, man. The synchronicities is huge. I could do a whole episode. Maybe, that's what I need to do, because synchronicities, a lot of people don't know. I didn't know what a synchronicity was. This has been around since the late 70s. And I had no idea what a synchronicity was until I watched the web series Hellier, after Tyler had to torture me into watching it. I did not want to watch it at first. Then I watched it. I'm like, man, this makes so much sense. Everything's laid out. Again, I've shouted that web series out a million times. Hellier, you will not be disappointed. Death, for you, like when you asked about the paranormal, the paranormal cryptids and aliens, you watch that. It kind of shows that there is a fabric of connection within these three big realms of the paranormal and supernatural world. So maybe we do that too. Just go through, and maybe one of these Skeets and AMs, we go these synchronicities and things of that nature as well. But I deeply enjoy doing the paranormal stuff and I love going on locations, right? Like, even if it's boring, you don't get nothing all night long, which is 90% of the time. You're trying to capture things, but nothing's happening. I still just love to be in that moment, doing what I'm doing, being where I'm at. I love doing it. Right. Yeah. See, I I got like 3 different decks over there. I got an Earth Magic deck, and then your regular stock tarot cards, and then I got what I used for a little bit last time was my great grandmother's. She used to do that a lot. She used to read cards quite a bit. So when you grab hold of that deck, I don't know if it's just in my brain or what, but I feel like that deck there has more of a charge to it than what the other 2 decks do. So I enjoy using that deck a lot. So that's probably the deck you guys will see me use the most is that one, because I enjoy just the charge off of that. And then plus the artwork. It's just something cool about, an older tarot deck. Like, the new shiny ones is great, but you get this old rustic deck out, and it just brings another element. Puts me in the moment more, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. All right, right on, Death. I look forward to it. Like I said, tomorrow morning will be our first uniformed in Skeet in the Morning show. We'll actually have a topic. It won't be me just rambling. It won't be just rambling for about 45 minutes or an hour. We'll actually have a topic, open discussion, and kind of go over our theories. Because I enjoy, listen, I'm wide open. I entertain any belief system, any ideologies. I love to learn and adapt and add knowledge to my arsenal because I think that better prepares me moving forward, especially in the paranormal world. If you claim to be a paranormal expert and you claim to know everything, you've already shown me you haven't, because there's nothing really to absolute know, right? So I try to stay open and fluid on what I'm doing. But yeah, tomorrow morning we'll get in and we'll actually have our first uniformed Skeet in AM. We'll be covering current paranormal happenings and what's going on. There's several websites out there. There's a few that I love to stick to because my buddy Tyler turned me on to them, and they're pretty good websites, and I kind of know how to navigate around now. So we'll probably be pulling a lot from there. Again, if there's any type of story or topic or anything you would like me to cover in one of these Skeets in the AM when we're going over this, just drop that in the Discord. We'll go over those live, and I can give my input and what I think is going on in my ideologies and beliefs on certain things, and we can have an open discussion. So anything you guys would like to see me cover in the Skeet in the AM or any of the screencast shows, any of the horror films that you would like to see me to react to live, any of those things, the best way to get those to me is on our Discord channel. Drop them in Discord, and we will go over them here on the Skeet channel for the Skeet's Freaks. Crazy. Right on, Death. Yeah, no pressure at all. No pressure at all on that thing. No pressure at all. Like I said, we're just starting to build this community, starting to network out over there, and we already got it going. All right, guys, we close in about 50 minutes. I think it's about good for me to just be rambling on in a random Skeet in AM. I enjoyed chatting with you, Death. I appreciate you popping in. I know it's a random thing, and like I said, we're going to get more uniformed in and have things set in a scheduled form more as we move forward. Starting tomorrow, the Skeet in AM, I'll put out what topics we're going to cover in the Discord later on this evening once I research them a little bit and whatever catches my eye. And again, any of you replay watchers, if you made it this far and you got a topic you'd like to see me cover or want to get my input on, throw it in the Discord. Okay, right on, Death. I'll try to. This week and next week is kind of especially this week. The schedule's it's up in the air because I got a lot I got to do with that short piece in a short amount of time. So after we get through this week, everything will calm down and I will have a set schedule finally. So, but this week is just kind of crazy because of that short. I got to get that short done and there's things I got to do. But tomorrow, Skeet and AM, we're going to have a topic. You ain't just going to have to listen to me try to rumble and create words. Like, we're actually going to have a topic, something to discuss, something to go through. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Death, and all you replay watchers. I appreciate you chatters for hopping in, bud. And tomorrow morning, man, another Skeet and AM, we'll be going over current paranormal happenings right over here in the morning with me on here, rambling, trying to create something, talk about something. I don't know. But like always, guys, this has been me talking to you. I'll see all my Skeets freaks on down the road. Much